Hello, friends. Welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. My name's Amy. I'm an ordained minister, and we are in Bible study. We are in the NIV, and we are in the book of 2 Samuel. We are in chapter 17. And we're continuing the very disturbing story of this guy, Ahithophel. I'm not pronouncing that right. Ahithophel, and Absalom. This guy's giving terrible advice to apparently David. Like, they're treating him like he inquires from it with God. Only he gives advice like sleep with your stepmoms in public. That's not any God thing I've ever heard of. Ahithophel said to Absalom, I would, or let me, choose 12,000 men and set out tonight in pursuit of David. I would be, or will, attack him while he is weary and weak. I would, again, or will, strike him with terror, and then all the people with him will flee. And then I would, or will, strike down only the king and bring all the people back to you. The death of the man you seek will mean the return of all. All the people will be unharmed. The plan seemed good to Absalom and to all the elders of Israel who were in on it. Okay, but Absalom said, summon also Hushai the Archite, so we can hear what he has to say. When Hushai came to him, Absalom said, Ahithophel has given us this advice. Should we do what he says? If not, give us your opinion. Hushai replied to Absalom, the advice Ahithophel has given is not good this time. You know your father and his men, they are fighters, and as fierce as a wild bear robbed of your cubs. Besides, your father is an experienced fighter. He will not spend the night with the troops. Even now, he is hidden in a cave or some other place. If you should attack your troops first, if he should attack your troops first, let me get a footnote to C, or when some of the men fall at the first attack, whoever hears about it will say, there has been a slaughter among the troops who follow Absalom. Then even the bravest soldiers whose heart is like the heart of a lion will melt with fear, for all Israel knows that your father is a fighter and that those with him are brave. So don't do this, because you make yourself look weak. So I advise you, let all Israel, from Dan to Beersheba, as numerous as the sand on the seashore, be gathered to you with yourself, leading them into battle. Then we will attack him wherever he may be found, and we will fall on him as the dew settles on the ground. Neither he nor any of his men will be left alive. If he draws into a city, then all Israel will bring ropes to that city, and we will drag it down to the valley until not even a piece of it can be found. Absalom and all the men of Israel said the advice of Hushai the Archite is better than that of Ahithophel. For the Lord had determined to frustrate the good advice of Ahithophel in order to bring disaster on Absalom. So it's actually the one person's advice that is actually better. Go chase down David now while you can. Hushai told Zadok and Abiathar, the priest, Ahithophel has advised Absalom and the elders of Israel to do such and such, but I have advised them to do so and so. Now send a message immediately and tell David, do not spend the night at the fords in the desert. Cross over without fail, or the king and all the people with him will be swallowed up. Jonathan and Ahimaaz were staying in Rogel. Ahimaaz, Himaaz, and in Rogel, En, and then space, Rogel. A servant girl was to go and inform them. And they were to go and tell King David, for they could not risk being seen entering the city. But a young man saw them and told Absalom. So the two of them left quickly, and they went to the house of the man in Bahurim, Bahurim, and he had a well in its courtyard, and they climbed down into it. His wife took a covering and spread it out over the opening of the well and scattered grain over it. No one knew anything about it. When Absalom's men came to the woman at the house, they asked, "Where is Ahimaaz, Ahimaaz, and Jonathan?" The woman answered them, "They crossed over the brook." It's got a footnote. Or they passed by the sheep's pen toward the water. The men searched but found no one, so they returned to Jerusalem. After the men had gone, the two climbed out of the well and went to inform King David. And they said to him, "Set out and cross over the river at once. Ahithophel has advised such and such against you." So David and all the people with him set out and crossed the Jordan by daybreak. No one was left who had not crossed the Jordan. When Ahithophel saw that his advice had not been followed, he saddled his donkey and set out for his house in his hometown. He wasn't sticking around here if he wasn't going to be listened to. He put his house in order and then hanged himself. So he died and was buried in his father's tomb. That's not good. Suicide is that's a. David went to Mahanaim, like Manahem is what it really kind of looks like to me, but Mahanaim, and Absalom crossed the Jordan with all the men of Israel. Absalom had appointed Amasa, Amasa, over the army in place of Joab. Amasa was the son of a man named Jether, Jether, Hebrew, Ithro, Ithro, R-A, which is a variant of Jether, an Israelite. Hebrew is on the Septuagint manuscript, also First Chronicles, Ishmaelite, or Jezreelite. So, if one is an Ishmaelite, that means that one comes from Ishmael, not Isaac. Okay, that's what that would mean. Who had married Abigail. Okay, just a different variation of Abigail. The daughter of Nahash, and the sister of Zeruiah, and the mother of Joab. Okay. So this was a child of Abraham, but not a child of Isaac, who was married to a child of, a daughter of Isaac. So, okay. The Israelites and Absalom camped in the land of Gilead. When David came to Mahanaim, Shobi, Shobi, son of Nahash, from Rabbah, Nahash, from Rabbah, Rabbah, of the Ammonites, and Makir, Makir, son of Amiel, Ammiel, from Lo, Lo, and then Debar, Debar, and Barzia. At least that's how I want to say it, because when you put those two L's together in Spanish, it's a Y. So Barzillai, Barzillai, the Gileadite from Rogalim, Roglim, brought bedding and bowls and articles of pottery. They also brought wheat and barley, flour and roasted grain, beans and lentils. So they're making a meal. This sounds, they're planning on being there for a while. Most Septuagint manuscripts in the Syriac Hebrew, it's lentils and roasted grain. So maybe not as, instead of beans. Okay. So it's lentils and roasted grain. Honey, curds, sheep, and cheese from cow's milk for David and his people to eat. For they said, the people have become hungry and tired and thirsty in the desert. So somebody is indicating that they brought a feast for King David when he had arrived in his location. And isn't that nice? If you want to find out what happens from here, because we do certainly continue on with the story of King David, you're going to need to come back for the next video, friends.